Aesthetic concerns. Well, if you have overflow of these toilets, you could get possible odors, visual nuisances from waste areas. The U.S. Forest Service has worked towards eliminating these possible odors and nuisances by creating a sweet-smelling toilet standard. These toilets have a specifically designed odor vent that they vent off the odors into the outside air. So typically when you're using the toilet, it's not as, let's just say, stinky. If there is overflow of these toilets, you're going to get participants that don't wish to use them. And that could cause people to use what's called cat holes, which basically dig into the ground, you do your excrement, and then you cover it up with the soil that you've dug out. Some of the problems with that, obviously, is that animals have a tendency to dig up these cat holes, spreading the germs and diseases throughout possible areas where you may be recreating. They have a tendency to go after the salt that's in urine, so they could be attracted to that, and then sometimes the animals actually dig up fecal matter and then the toilet paper, and that gets spread throughout possible campsites. So another possible concern with cat holes, especially if people are using it near a water source, is that it could lead to possible contamination of a water source. Second issue being budget constraints. The fiscal budget, especially like the United States Department of Agriculture, the Forest Service, is in shambles. It actually has been cut for the fiscal year 2011 by 14%. Well, what does this mean? Well, obviously, employees are not being allowed to utilize overtime, which increases a workload because they don't have time to go out and actually maintain these structures. United Forest Service, they don't own their own septic hauling vehicles, so they have to hire contractors to come out to the vault type toilets and pump them out on a regular basis. Personnel is dwindling, which causes a bigger maintenance cost in the long run, because they've actually had to contract it out to particular places like Recreation Resource Management, who has had to take over these sites and maintain them themselves, which is an added cost to the United States Forest Service. Budget constraints, layoffs, unemployment nationwide. There's an increase in visitors usage at the Forest Service. Forest Service lands, backcountry areas have most always been free. They've been a public domain. Everybody's used them in the past. They're cheap. Everybody likes to go and have their fun in the forest, and it's always been a cheap thing, especially now with, like I said, layoffs, unemployment. The people who are seeing these layoffs can still afford to recreate. They can still afford to go out and enjoy our public lands, which is a benefit, and it's good, but at the same time, it causes an increase in maintenance necessary. So, what does that mean to us? Well, management of the No Lake campground. What's necessary? How do we overcome the issues? The No Lake campground itself, it imposes a fee of $14 per vehicle. It balances the budget, and it has an effect on the maintenance and upkeep. It allows the United States Forest Service to keep that campsite in operation and take care of the vault type toilets, whether it be restocking with toilet paper or purchasing new doors or new seats. People break seats all the time. If there's vandalism, you may need to replace something here or there. There was an increase in the 1990s of 3 extra toilet structures, which obviously will allow more people to come and recreate at that site. They also have a seasonal employee, camp host, usually stationed at the site. His job is to maintain the structure and also coordinate with the septic haulers when necessary to pump out these toilets. So, as a manager, we have to come up with future management options. Where I have produced 5 options that could be used for the future of the No Lake Camper. Option number 1 is United States Forest takes no action to improve the toilet structures. Option number 2, United States Forest Service takes action to maintain structures. Option number 3, United States Forest Service takes action and provides extra vault-type toilet structures. Option number 4, United States Forest Service takes action and provides a low-volume flush toilet. Option number 5, United States Forest Service takes action, removes the vault-type toilet structure, and enforces leave no trace principles at the camp. These are all options that I've decided on with future management. So, what's best for the No Lake Camper? What would be the most beneficial? Out of the 5 options, option number 2 would be the best for the United States Forest Service, where it takes action and maintains the structures as they are. Again, like I was commenting on, it'll provide the best current solution to the sanitary waste that's being produced at the No Lake Campground. Option will provide the money to maintain the current structures through purchases of, again, the new toilet seats, new doors, toilet paper holders, windows, if necessary. The use of these seasonal employees will maintain the facilities at a minimum cost, because typically they don't pay the seasonal employees the full amount as a permanent employee with the United States Department of Agriculture. So, what I kind of want you guys to take home with you, in summary, sanitary waste management is important to all national parks, recreation facilities, backcountry sites, wildland recreation areas. Toilet structures are in place to provide convenience to the user and maintain the beauty of the land. So, please use them. Our future generations deserve the opportunity to experience the natural beauty of wildland recreation areas without worry of health hazards and or visual nuisances. So please use them. They're beneficial to our future. Again, please help to preserve the No Lake Campground. This is a picture of the No Lake Campground. I don't know if you guys have ever been there. Beautiful place. Love going there when I can.